Good morning, everyone. Yeah, in South Africa, it's cold, eh? I keep telling my children it's like an Arctic wind out there. And then my one daughter always likes to tell me how I can exaggerate so much. You just exaggerate. And she walked out, and just then the wind blew. I'm like, God knows me. And she went, Ma, I think you're right. So this morning we had an Arctic wind. It really probably isn't that bad, but boy, in South Africa it feels like it. Romans 15 verse 3 says, Now may the God of hope fill you with all joy and peace in believing, that you may abound in hope by the power of the Holy Spirit. Fill you with all joy and peace because you believe because you believe. And so then you will abound in hope by the power of the Holy Spirit. And it's in the believing that we get the power of the Holy Spirit. And a lot of people want to say, yeah, the power of the Holy Spirit looks like this great thing or that great thing. And it does. I'm not saying it doesn't. But sometimes the power of the Holy Spirit is just the strength to get from this moment to the next, or this day to the next, or this week to the next. That is strength in itself. Because of all the things that must happen to get you there, it's a strength. And those of you that have, I just admire people who just go, the Holy Spirit will show me, or God knows, or God's way is best, or, just can just give over, just relent and give over to that knowledge. I often take it back. I go, Lord, I've got this, I can do this, I can do this. And he's a gentleman, so he goes, yes, all right. And then I freak my mind, and then I go back, and I've had a very busy week. Some people would say a rough week. Just one or two things went a bit wrong, but just quite busy. But I can be filled with joy. I know I can be filled with joy. I did one of my favorite things today. So this is this evening. You'll get this tomorrow morning. I did one of my favorite things today. I went to a friend of mine. Well, we Zoomed a clarity session. And just the things that I was worried about, because my business essentially in its current form has been going for about a year now. And she just showed me what my wins were. And my business is changing slightly. And for those of you that have been in successful businesses for many years or have worked for a successful, there's constant change. And I wasn't ready for that, I wasn't ready to, in a year, start. But it's not a change. It's not like going from this to this. It's like a tweak. And we're just moving a little bit in this direction for a while, maybe for a longer while. The base idea of the business and the base heart of the business hasn't changed, because that's mine. And it was part of the clarity session. Have somebody in your life that you can go to for clarity. I've got God, I've got a few people, but this specific person, Robin, just does it for me in the way that she gets what I'm trying to do, and she explains how that matches who I am and why, therefore, it will be a success. So then my hope is in God, and it fills me with joy and peace. And so I then can have abundant power through the Holy Spirit. Just know that although you have a big picture in mind, you might have to focus on the small steps first. Those steps that get you to the big picture. You don't ever have to lose sight of the big picture, but sometimes you've got to look down and look at your feet. And that's actually where the hope belongs, because when you look back and you look at where your feet have landed before, and you actually see all the things that were trying to veer you from your path, it's actually the miracle. I've said this before, miracles are seen in retrospect often. So now may the God of hope fill you with all joy and peace in believing, that you may abound in hope by the power of the Holy Spirit. I leave that blessing with you, for it is a blessing. It comes with work. It is a blessing. Have a wonderful day, and we'll speak again tomorrow.